Welcome to the 2021 Pennsylvania Kubb Championship. We're dancing. We are dancing in Elverson, Pennsylvania today. We've got a 12-team field. We got some national teams. We got some local teams. We're going to have some fun. We're going to play lots of Kubb. Let's see. We've got 6 rounds. That's what we're playing for right there, boys. Those are some pretty trophies. We got 6 rounds for seeding, and then we've got quarterfinals, semifinals, and finals. We are going to cover it all. We have today we're going to have the first 3 rounds. Next week we're going to have the second 3 rounds, followed by 2 quarterfinal matches, 2 semifinal matches, and the finals. Unfortunately, my best commentator or co-commentator from the East Coast Championship, Bob, is playing in this tournament, so Bob cannot sit here with me and commentate. But we've got Bob's long-lost cousin, Sven Hikes, from the old country in Sweden. Sven, very knowledgeable about Kubb. Sven, why don't you introduce yourself? Say hi to the Americans.
Hey Drew, how you doing? Happy to be here, man. Very excited. Been traveling around the U.S. all summer scouting these teams. I know that's the Cuz right there.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, you were
in the background.
You were at the East Coast Championship scouting these teams. And
yeah, you might have seen me. I look a lot like Bob. I dress just like him. You may have seen me there taking some pictures. I was in the background a lot of those videos.
Yes, indeed. So our first round matchup of the day, as I've said many times, I am a homer for North Carolina Kubb, so this is the one that I'm going with. Couldn't ask for anything else or anything better for North Carolina Kubb. We got the legends of North Carolina Kubb, Thors Kubb, coming off a T5 at the East Coast Championships, playing against one of the newer teams in North Carolina. They're out of Raleigh. EMR Kubb also coming off of a very impressive T5 in the East Coast Championship. That was their first tournament ever, and this is their second traveling tournament ever. So we've got Thors Kubb against EMR Kubb. Sven, I know you've scouted both of these teams at the East Coast Championships. Who you got today?
Well, EMR Kubb is coming in with a slightly different lineup, I believe, today.
Correct.
Dan did not bring his wife, so you got to go with the experience here. We're going with Mike Davids and Nick Bartlett of Thors Kubb all day. But I did get to watch last night. Bob played Dan in the virtual match. It was not so virtual, and it was Dan. Dan was impressive. He's got some skills. I haven't seen his partner play yet though.
Yeah, so I've got some stories. Dan and I played some friendlies a few weeks ago, so I'll share some stories and kind of what I saw when him and I were playing friendlies. But if we've got to pick them, I am going to go, well, my head says Thors Kubb just because, like I said before, they're legends. These guys are probably the best team in the state of North Carolina, have been playing for years. But my heart, since I'm really a Raleigh Kubb guy, I'm rooting for EMR Kubb. But we'll see what happens.
Sure. Do we have a bottom line? Is graphics department going out of control for the PA Championship here? Am I seeing this right?
They had to do something over the last 2 months since the East Coast Championship. So
that's impressive.
Yeah, they figured out how to do a scroll.
Wow. They are on their game. I can't wait till we see some nasty meatloaves.
Oh,
there's an 8 by Dan. So as usual, just picking up where Bob left off. We've completely glossed over the first round.
Correct. That's how we roll. Thors Kubb went over 2. EMR Kubb went 1 for 4. First match of the day. Everybody's probably getting warmed up a little bit. And it's nice, this little kind of haze we have on the camera. This is due to the shade, the brightness. It'll go away as we go throughout the day. But
you just blame the logistics department. At least we get to see all the base Kubbs this time.
Correct. Yeah, I didn't know, Sven, I don't know if you've noticed, but Kubb is played with 5 baseline Kubbs on each side. I know you've big viewer of our videos, and you think there's probably only 4 baseline Kubbs. But there are actually 5. So
yeah,
we've got them all on camera.
We do play with 5 in Sweden as well. Looks like the Thors Kubb is a little icy on their 8s right now.
Yeah, 0 for 5.
0 for 5. But it's nice that the logistics department did learn some lessons at East Coast, and it looks like they are firing on all cylinders except that little camera haze. But what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
Their budget is about as deep as the graphics with the Microsoft Paint.
correct. So it's everybody looks a little angelic right now with a little halo around them, but that'll change as we go throughout the day.
That's how we roll in Pennsylvania, Drew.
Correct.
All right, your Dan's got.
Dan stepping up.
Yep.
Dan picks up another 8.
Elite. Yep, got 2 more. You get a meatloaf here, Drew.
Oh.
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 Can he go turkey? He's thinking turkey.
Oh, no turkey, but that's some meatloaf.
Oh,
I love
that's
me some meatloaf first thing in the morning.
So yeah, Dan's partner is Matt Lever. I believe this is his first tournament.
Correct. So I will tell you, I played some friendlies with both of these guys a couple weeks ago, and I thought Dan, I was really impressed. Overall, I thought Dan played really well when him and I played together and was very impressive. He's only been playing since April, so he's only had, 5 or 6 months of playing here. When him and I played, it was the conditions were kind of the opposite of the East Coast Championships, where the grass, when him and I played, was very short. The ground was very hard. And I was having problems drilling. I couldn't bunch them to save my life. And Dan was able to group them very well, and he ended up beating me. So nice. Good for him. Good for him.
That's good stuff.
Yep.
If you notice today, the grass was actually mowed to a nice height a couple days ago, so we're not dealing with the grass here isn't nearly as thick as at Hopkins Farm either, but we got a good grass height. I think the grouping, the drilling conditions should be pretty good. It is extraordinarily humid today. Not it's about 80 is the high, but it's going to be very humid with a chance of some rain in the afternoon. Hopefully that holds out.
Well, so that is probably also what's causing the bit of fog on the camera.
Yeah, it's
the weather department didn't come through for us today.
Yeah, we've had worse, so it's
correct.
There's no wind to speak of today, so there's nothing that's going to affect any batons or drills even. Man, DOS Kubb has started slow.
Yeah,
you got to think with a team like this, with some inexperience, the big thing I would be worried about or want to do is get Kubbs in play to try to get to Matt's batons at 4 meters. If you can get to Matt's batons at 4 meters, you might be able to get yourself a line or have something good happen. But DOS is icy cold right now.
Icy.
Not quite cracking cold yet, but they're working on it.
Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Yikes. But nice 3 Kubb lead for EMR, and an opportunity here to make it even bigger.
Are they in the red zone? I believe they are.
No, they just one left now.
Oh, really? See, I'm not paying attention.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Sven?
My bad, Drew. It runs in the family, Drew.
Do you need some meatballs or something like that? Some Swedish meatballs?
Yeah. I'd like to see some meatloaf, but we already saw one.
Well, that's impressive. First meatloaf of the day by Dan. Good for him.
Gorgeous. Now, the other thing, I wouldn't be surprised to see DOS Kubb. They are not, they're not afraid to switch things up. If somebody feels like things aren't working, they'll change drillers in a heartbeat, change blasters. They'll do whatever they need to do to try to figure out this equation. And we're early on the day right now. We got David's drilling, got Bartlett blasting the ginger line back there.
Yep. So I do know that Nick was their blaster for nice double shot there. Or Nick was their driller for a long time. Oh, kissed it and it stayed up. That's unfortunate.
Oh, right over the top twice. See if Davids can pick this up and do some damage here. He needs 2 now. He needs these 2. Nick took the meatloaf right out of his hands, but there's one. Oh.
So least they get off on the board.
Yeah.
1 in play for them. Total 4 in play.
Mm-hmm. We have a nice field here today. We have 12 teams. We had 15 sign up, but we had 3 unfortunate cancellations. So we're sticking at 12, but we have a nice good group. I think we're good at the top end. We have some good lesser experienced teams that we should be good to go. Oh, what are we doing there?
We got a live look in here to the Thors Hammers Old Line Kubb match. It looks like Old Line Kubb has an advantage line and looks to be about to finish this one off.
Yeah, so Old Line Kubb, we split up the Kraken. So we got
Yep.
Mike Horengic
Oh,
and
and
Joe Harvard. He just missed a
Mike,
king. Yeah,
Mike
he's
just
good.
missed a king shot.
Joe's got to clean up his mess here. And
Yeah.
there it is. Nice win.
So
Thors Hammers is a local team. They've gotten third in our silver bracket a couple years ago and took 2020 off with COVID, and then we're happy to see him back.
And so Old Line Kubb is Joe from Old Line Kubb and teaming up with Mike from Kraken Kubb out of Pennsylvania.
Yep.
So they're neither one of them are new, but they are playing together for the first time. But they get their first win of the day in round one. Always good to get a win in round one. Kind of gets the positive energy going.
Definitely.
So Dan has a nice bunch here.
Yeah, it's a great
play.
pile. We're also playing that once the cubes are raised here, you can, similar to same as East Coast, you can pull the pin if you choose to. He did not.
Oh, nice quad. Missed on
Yep.
the first. Flew it on the first, but quad on the second.
Now we're looking to try to get out of here. Oof. All right. Dan's calling him off. Probably a good call. Oh, that looked close.
He was reaching. So all of a sudden, EMR is gone cold. They got the meatloaf, they got the nice quad blast there, but then they've gone cold. Well, they've gone cold from 8 since the meatloaf.
Yep.
Das Kubb with an opportunity to get more in play.
Definitely, they're going to need to. The way Dan's drilling, they're going to need any round here. They're going to need multiple eights. They need to make a move. Because I mean, Das Kubb, kind of the story on them really lately in a lot of these types of events is they can't get over the hump of 4th place. They hit those semifinals and then next thing you know they're off the podium. So we'd really love to see them try to get over that hump and get into one of those top 3 spots.
I'm always
they have a
rooting.
good chance today. I know you are.
I'm always rooting for the North Carolina teams. Doesn't matter
doubt.
what tournament it's in.
You must just be so conflicted. So, do you have any inside info on exactly what EMR Kubb stands for?
Electronic medical record.
Any idea why? What does that have to do with Kubb? That's my question.
I don't think that has anything to do with Kubb. I think that it was just me making it up.
Yeah, well, that's one thing the acronym does stand for. I don't know if there was some local knowledge you had there. You've spent more time with Dan than I have.
No local knowledge.
Maybe we should get the research department in on that one.
Yeah, that's true.
Because so the other thing we can explain, I guess, is we have cameras for these qualification rounds on pitch 1 and 2. We're doing random pitches. See if Davis can third one. Nice shot. He can get another one. So our coverage is going to be a little all over the map because we, like I said, we have the cameras on 1 and 2. And so with random, we don't know who's going to end up on those 2 pitches, but hopefully we'll get to see a lot of teams maybe we haven't seen before, like EMR Kubb.
So Das Kubb is working their way back into this one. They've picked up a single each of the last 2 rounds. Definitely. And EMR has gone cold, so they've worked their way back in. Yeah,
they gotta keep the pressure on them. Just one around they just stack one there. They maybe leaned it in.
Looks good. Yeah, I think it's leaning.
But the way Dan's drilling, it's gonna take more than 4 or 5 cubes.
Correct.
to put them away. And like I said, the important part to me, if I'm playing this team, is get as many cubes in play as I can to try to get rid of Dan's batons at fours. And just try to get the CL experience Matt is, and with his first event, you want to try to put some pressure on him.
Correct. So Sven, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So I know you don't live in Pennsylvania. You're from Sweden, but Pennsylvania, not a state. It's a what do they call
It's a Commonwealth.
Commonwealth.
It's a Commonwealth.
Yeah, it's Commonwealth. It's not a state. It's a Commonwealth.
Yep. Yeah.
But it's called the Keystone State.
Correct.
So shouldn't it be called the Keystone Commonwealth?
Well, it's both a state and a Commonwealth, Drew. I think a Commonwealth is a type of state. I would imagine. I don't know.
I think it should be called a Keystone Commonwealth.
That's just true.
I know.
think it should be Keystone Commonwealth Kubb.
Yes, correct.
It's the Keystone. I know it's the Keystone State because it's basically interconnected the 13 colonies back in the day.
Yeah.
Kind of like the linchpin, or the keystone, if you will. But I don't know much about Commonwealths. I think Virginia's a Commonwealth, isn't it?
Correct. I believe there's 4 Commonwealths.
It's also
Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, Virginia, and Kentucky.
Huh. Wow.
So we got 5 in play here. Let's see, Mike is still drilling.
Mike's getting thoroughly out-drilled by Dan right now.
Yeah, Dan is on his game right now. There's no doubt about that. He came out of this thing firing.
He was drilling well last night too in the 1v1 in the virtual league. The not so virtual match.
Correct. So, all right. Kubb coming up to spy this one a bit.
Yeah.
So I think Nick is going to step up here. Looks like there's a double triple.
Dan took some exception to playing the virtual match at Bob's house on Bob's home pitch with Bob's cubes and Bob's batons. Like, well, how's this?
Nice
quad. Shot. That's nasty.
Nice quad.
There. That was gorgeous.
Quad single. We'll go ahead and say that's a nasty blasty.
Oh, yeah.
Nasty Blasty, sponsored by the Blasters. Blasters Kubb Tournament, Raleigh, North Carolina, October 16th.
True.
Oh, Mike was feeling it. He thought he had that one.
He's going for the meatloaf right now, though.
Oh, nice. There's a meatloaf.
Oh, look at him.
He's creeping.
That's a great one.
Oh, what a turn. Nasty Blasty followed up with a meatloaf.
That's what I've been looking for out of them all match.
That's just,
Took a lead, 7 in play.
EMR Kubb had this one stranglehold on this, and then with that turn, Kubb just completely changed the momentum.
Flip the script on Drew.
That's right.
Let's see. Yeah, look, we got team breakdowns going on the bottom line too. I like this.
Oh yeah. Team lineups, matchups
on their game.
Big time.
Nice. Speaking of on your game, Dan is just drilling the lights out.
He is absolutely on fire.
Except for that little guy back there that Nick just stood up. Hope it was out, so he's going to rethrow it. Perfect.
Oh, there's a whole pile of rethrows there.
Yeah.
It's like there's 3 of them.
Yeah, he had 7 to drill out.
Let's see if he plays it safe. It doesn't look like a whole lot of safe right there.
No, that one's stuck. Oh,
that one might be out.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's definitely out. That's a electric chair Kubb or whatever they call it in Kalamazoo.
That penalty, like he's like, screw this guy. He just threw him right in the pitch.
Maybe Sven, that's how we do things in the States, Sven. Maybe deal with it.
Did Mike wake up on the wrong side of the bed this morning? He looks a little angry with that Kubb. He's like, screw this guy. I'm just gonna discard him in the pitch. That's how we do it in the U.S.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. I'm just glad to see Davids and Bartlett getting along.
Yeah, I know they've
That rivalry, it's a little
we've
intense.
yeah, we've detailed their history a bit.
Now they're just best of friends. They're the two best friends that anyone could have.
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah, until they're not.
Yeah. They play each other in the scuffle for the shovel. Boy, it's no holds barred right there.
No, I'm looking forward to that one in 2021.
Yeah, January.
Mhm.
January 2022. I'm sure Mike and Nick will be there. Nick will, I'm
Yeah,
sure, be wearing
definitely.
shorts
Oh, yeah.
because it's January. That's the way.
He
That's
always
how it
rocks
rolls.
he rocks the pouch too. He does the marsupial batons. So
Correct.
forget about that.
Correct.
You got to keep them warm.
Yeah, you don't want to go. Maybe he needs to talk to Kraken Kubb about that. You got to keep the batons warm.
Yeah.
Oh boy, it looks like we've got an advantage line on our hands.
This followed exactly how I thought it might. Get enough cubes in play. Start wasting some batons, and next thing you know, you got a sweet line. This should be doable, no doubt. We
I think
only have
so.
one base cube left. A decent drill here.
Oh,
No.
wood on wood. A little
Yep.
bit of wood on wood.
Even in Sweden, that's not good, Drew.
Yeah. So do they say wood on wood no good in Sweden? Because I mean, I imagine it probably doesn't rhyme in there in Swedish.
It rhymes in every language, Drew.
Oh, okay, good. Sven, I do need to tell you, I really enjoy your fish. Swedish fish. Oh,
Yeah,
delicious. I can
they
eat a
are
whole box of
fantastic, aren't they?
They are
By
absolutely
the
delicious.
handful, Drew. By
Oh,
the handful.
I'm not a
Delicacy
fan
and
of
sweet.
is it? Yeah. Yeah. Boy, I bet you the rivers there just run red with Swedish fish. Yeah, I'm not a fan of gummy bears at all.
No, I'm not either.
But Swedish fish, oh, they are delicious.
Yep. They only run red when during the migratory season, Drew.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Let them go because they need to produce more.
Mm-hmm.
So,
They're like the salmon of Sweden.
oh, so Das Kubb just missed the
Oh,
baseline, which takes him out of the red zone.
I want to go baseline clear here, though, at the very least. And
There
they
you go. Picked
right.
it up.
Opportunity lost, but at least they gained some ground.
Correct. 8 in play. 8 in play with a penalty or guillotine Kubb for EMR Kubb. So probably going to be a tough clear.
Yeah, I'd say. He's got to nail this drill. Looks good though. For a guy who's only been playing since April, I mean that's solid.
Oh yeah. So Sven, what are your thoughts on IKEA?
I like the color of these cubes. They match IKEA. I like their meatballs, Drew. I don't know.
So when you go to the hardware store in Sweden, you go to the hand tool section. Is it just that one Allen wrench? They just sell bunches and bunches and bunches of them, and that's all they have?
Well, you pretty much get one of those at birth. And
Oh,
so
do
you
you?
just
Is that
carry
how
it
it works?
around. Yeah. Yeah. That's how it works. So, and you learn how to make lots of mini meatballs and a lot of instructions,
Yeah.
just how we roll.
Enjoy some Swedish meatballs.
How many Swedish subscribers do you think you have, Drew?
Oh, sure. Well, I mean, there's literally 16 subscribers. So of those, probably at least
One.
none of them. None.
None. Yeah, I mean, what are the chances?
Yeah.
Could be in for some interesting. If your Swedish subscriber base runs deep, our comment section might be a little interesting.
Oh, so what's this? 3 rethrows? 2 rethrows? Something like that?
That's just 3. He is
spraying it a little bit.
He's had I mean he's had some some issues at Mike claims, and I totally believe him. You know, he seems to do well drilling at home, but he gets to these events and struggles. So
The old home pitch advantage.
yeah, I know at Nationals Joe Harbert was drilling towards the end there. They had a tough draw at Nationals, these guys.
Ah,
They
there's a
like a
quad.
bunch of errors a row. Nice shot there by Mike. Looking at getting 4 king shots here. Nice.
Oh, I think that might be it right there.
Close this one out. And Bartlett. Yep.
That's it. So Das Kubb comes back with a nice victory. EMR with a really nice showing, just cooled off after the meatloaf went cold from 8 meters. But they had a nice meatloaf there, a nice blast, quad blast. Nobody was particularly good from 8 meters, 26 and 19, and blasting wasn't all that great either, right around the Mendoza line. But 1.4 coups for baton on the advantage line. Das Kubb wins it and goes to 1-0. So good for them. Here's the rest of the results from the first round. Let's see. Projectile Dysfunction upsets Kubb Stashes. Bob won't be happy about that. Sven, you got any insights on that?
Yeah. Bob and Brian came out a little cold. He's helping run the tournament, set everything up. Didn't get quite the throws anyone. Then he hit his former teammate, Nationals and East Coast champion Kevin with cousin Dave. So it was a tough matchup for the Stashes.
Well, so the team that knocked the Stashes off in round 1, Projectile Dysfunction, we are going to see them here in our second round game.
This graphics department, Drew.
Solid today, boys. So Projectile Dysfunction, kind of a new team, not new players, but a new team. We've got half of Kraken Kubb, and then
Bob's former teammate. He's a former Kubb Stash. He's 2018 East Coast champion, T5 in the country in 2017. So he's been around the block. He hasn't played a lot in the last couple years. Kind of retired from traveling competitive Kubb, but it's Kevin Bachman there with the Cuz, everybody's cousin Dave.
Yep.
And then this team
we've got half the Kubb Stashes, or a third of the Kubb Stashes, with a third-ish of or a half third probably
of the Squirrels. Yeah, let me tell you, Drew. This team wasn't even a team until about 6 o'clock last night. We had Jake was gonna direct the tournament, and Kyle was gonna play with the Kubb Widows, and then we had another team drop, and the Squirrel Stashes were born.
Oh boy!
So
how they did. This is a formidable team. These are two really good players.
These guys teamed up in 2019 and lost in the final to Kubb Stashes. So I mean, they did really well that year. They're also, I guess, able to bury the hatchet a little bit. The Kubb Squirrels knocked the Stashes out of at the round of 32 at Nationals to advance to Sunday. So that was a 3.5-hour marathon match, which we all would like to forget, actually. And then
I think the Kubb Stashes would like to forget it more than the Kubb
I'm not
Squirrels.
even sure the Squirrels really want to remember it. It was a long, just slog of a tough match, man. They missed the goal. Look at this for the projectile. Oh, the Cuz. He's not going cracking cold.
Oh, close.
2 out of 3.
2 for 4 though.
Yeah.
Squirrel Stashes start out 1 for 2. Projectile Dysfunction 2 for 4. Everybody's at 50% right now.
They had a single.
Who?
Projectile had a single in the field, so they only got 3/8. They hit 2.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I suppose, mathematically you're right, but yeah.
Get out your abacus.
I need the abacus.
Yeah, your slide rule. So the other thing, then, also the Squirrels knocked the Kubb Stashes off the podium at East Coast Championship as well. They have their number lately. So the big difference between this team and the team for 2019 is 2019 Jake drilled. Right now Kyle's drilling, so they switched that up a little bit.
You know what else I noticed, Sven?
What's that?
Jake's got his wide-brimmed hat on again.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
You know,
Good
got to
luck.
keep that neck shaded. You know.
Yep, that's good luck right there.
Well, he likes to, keep you guessing. It's like, is that a 90-year-old man, or is that just a 33-year-old Kubb player? I don't know. Tough to say from a distance, you know. Is he good at garden or not? I don't know. Kyle's pretty freaking good at eights.
Yeah, I was gonna say
That's a meat.
that was a meatloaf right there. Indeed, it was.
Whoa,
Wow,
he's angry. He's angry.
he's coming out with a strong meatloaf. Yeah, I'd say if Phil's the assassin from 8 meters, Kyle might be the sniper.
Kyle makes it rain loafs.
That's right.
Loaves and turkeys, you know, and yeah, I totally lost my train of thought. But look at the Cuz drilling. I think this might be the first time the Cuz has ever drilled in a tournament. Normally he plays with Mike Kranjic and Mike drills. So this is new the new role for the Cuz.
Well, he's got one that's a little one that's a little askew, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it rolled a little bit, but not bad at all. Something we could work with.
You know, the word askew and the Cuz do kind of go hand in hand at times. He's also drinking local again, so
That's awesome. That's what it's all about.
exactly.
Squirrel Staches talking this one over a bit.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like this should be that difficult. I know he's looking at it. You know what I think it is? I think they saw that there's a couple things going on at play here. For one, I think they saw that these guys took down the Stashes last round. They're a little, they're definitely not overlooking them. That's for sure.
That's true.
And I mean, heck, you look at these guys on paper, Kevin and Dave, and it's like, if they could get on a run. I mean, Kevin's a heck of a player with batons. I mean, he has every shot. And so right now the Cuz is stretching him a little bit with this drill. But he's definitely a good baton player. He can get on a roll. And the Cuz, as we've seen, can get on a roll as well, or he could be just icy cold. We'll see.
And the other match that's off to the side there, which I believe is pitch 3 or 4. I don't know. That is pitch 3. That is Das Kubb and Old Line Kubb. That's going to be a good match right there, I would imagine. Oh, nice double.
That was a triple.
Was it?
Yeah, got the front 2 and the back.
Oh, yeah. That was a real nice triple.
Yeah. Saving a baton for 8. Cuz can hit it here. Nope. Oh, he did get it.
Yeah.
All right. 2 more
that
left.
That one was sleepy. It was trying to go over.
Yeah. All right, here is Kevin. Kevin's 8-meter game, I think, is a little underrated. And I say that just because I underrate it all the time because he doesn't really go outside of Pennsylvania very much. But I've seen him play a lot of Kubb. Bob has said, look, this guy, Bob worked with Kevin and Jake. And so Bob says don't sleep on Kevin's game. He's played probably more Kubb with Kevin and Jake and against Kevin and Jake than anyone else in the Kubb world because they used to play every day, 5 days a week for like 3 years, Drew.
So that's why he's better than me.
Well, then he took the last 2 years off, but apparently you don't lose it very quick either. Because he doesn't. I don't think he practices much. In scouting Kevin leading into this one, like I said, I've been traveling around America scouting these players.
Yep.
He basically says, he admittedly said he was grossly unprepared for this event, but sometimes that's the best call. Just you have nothing to lose, you come in here, you're just winging it.
I find that's when I play my best golf. If I had played in 6 months, I go out and think, well, I'm pretty good, and then I go out the next week and I'm terrible, and then
you
that's
forget
it
all
for
your
another
bad
6
habits.
months. Yeah, correct.
Habits, and then your bad habits come back as soon as you start to practice again.
Yeah. So clear mind. I do my best with the clear mind.
Clear eyes, full hearts.
Yeah, sure. Whatever it takes.
You're not a Friday Night Lights fan.
No.
Friday Night Lights is huge in Sweden, Drew.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
Huge. Just huge.
Big. I mean, I know how much they like their football in Sweden, so makes sense.
Yeah,
They say next to Texas, the next biggest place for high school football is Sweden. So.
Well, what they did is when they marketed Friday Night Lights in Sweden, they made it seem like it was a soccer movie or a soccer show.
Oh.
They didn't say it was American football, so that
Yeah.
like reeled everyone in, and then they just got hooked on the storylines.
Oh, I see. So kind of like an early version of Ted Lasso.
Yes, but it was actually American football. They just
Oh. Sneaky. That was a good move on their part. Oh, nice double.
Nice double there by Jake. Gonna try to put Kyle in the red zone here. And he does.
Good clear. Good clear by Jake. So Jake's got number 22. Is that because he's a fan of ducks? Like a 22, they look like ducks swimming along.
I have no idea.
That's what I've always been told.
My scouting report doesn't run that deep.
Okay.
I don't know. I need to take a good look at the number 22 because I do not know what you're talking about, Drew.
Looks like ducks or swans or something swimming along. Kyle going for the meatloaf.
Oh,
he gets nice meatloaf. Oh, yeah. Kyle with the double meatloaf.
No, his tongue's just out. I was like, is his mouth bleeding? No.
That's the blood of the meatloaf coming out. It's a little undercooked.
We've seen 4 meatloafs so far. I mean, this PA Championship is coming out smoking.
Oh, we got another live look in here. It looks like the Kubb nerds have an advantage line here against the Kubb Widows.
Cass in Minnesota. That's Dee Dee and Jason. And the Widows are Bob's wife, Lainey, and Kyle's girlfriend, Rebecca. Oh, no.
Another miss.
Oh. Come on, Dee Dee.
Oh,
2 in a row. Does Jason still have one? Oh, and he does. See, Jason's got this.
There you go. So Kubb nerds drop the Kubb Widows.
Yep.
So apparently for live look-ins, there's some bad mojo there when it comes to king shots.
Yeah, apparently
maybe the lights come on and people get nervous.
That must be it. They can't. The bright lights of the cameras here, they can't. Yeah, they realize that they're live, and then they just gets in their head.
It's big pressure, I mean, there's they're being, 43 people will see them play. It gets you a little nervous.
You really think it'll be 43?
I don't know if we can build the audience a bit.
Maybe now that we kicked Bob to the curb.
Yeah,
we'll get 44.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what you're feeling, Sven, but I think the chemistry is here. I think I think Bob needs some. Sorry, Bob.
You know what? It's almost like Bob never left.
It is.
It is. But to my credit, I also went to broadcasting school. I just went to a different class than you did.
It was in Swedish. So.
Yeah, I mean, but it all translates the same, Drew.
Correct.
I also went to on extensive training to lose my Swedish accent. I've really worked hard at it. How am I doing it? I've tried to nail that awkward Pennsylvania accent where it's like somewhere in between Pittsburgh and Philly. Yeah. If you hear me drop a yins here and there, who knows? It's a pretty awesome class.
A few words, I could still tell the Swedish accent there. When I mentioned
Bob said that under no circumstances am I allowed to call this a tournament. I have to call it a tournament. So
tournament?
Yeah, I can't say tournament. I have to say tournament. If I say tournament, he's going to be upset.
I've never. I usually say tournament. I think tournament. That doesn't sound good. Doesn't feel right.
Bob gets a lot of crap for it.
Oh.
Especially from the Midwest crowd. They love to make fun of him.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Really? Huh. Well,
they do.
Those guys say punishment Kubb, so they don't know what they're talking about.
So I heard.
What do they call it? What do they call it in Sweden? Penalty Kubb or punishment Kubb? Or electric chair Kubb?
I believe they call it a punishment Kubb.
Oh, that's good.
It's
we know
the
they're
Swedish version of it.
at least we know they're
It sounds even
civilized.
it sounds even worse than a punishment in Swedish. I can't I'd say it for you, Drew, but I'd just butcher it.
It's
I'm so Americanized now.
probably starts with an S, has a J, and about 4 other vowels in it. So.
We got an advantage line here, Drew. I think this is going to be game
Oh.
over.
Oh yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Oh yeah, baseline clear, advantage line. Yeah, this one's done.
It's like looks like the Cuz might have sprayed a couple there. And Kyle's got a 1 retoss. That works. So the other big news here in the Kubb Squirrel world is they got new jerseys, Drew.
Yeah.
I don't know if they were affected at all by all the squirrel talk at East Coast Championship that you and Bob did, but
Yeah.
you know, I showed up at Nationals to scout them, and the next thing I know, they have new jerseys. Same logo though, same groundhog.
Yeah, Bob was all up in their business on that one.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, there you go. This one's over.
Jay Clare with 2. Oh, he's gonna get the king too. And it looks like they're avenging the Stashes loss.
Correct. So Squirrel Stashes, I believe, open up 2-0 now. They take the win. Projectile Dysfunction 1.1, 1.5, 60%, and 63%. Wow.
Nice.
Very high level match. Big difference there, of course, the advantage line. 3 Kubbs per baton in the advantage line. Squirrel Stashes move to 2-0. What else do we have? We talked about the Kubb Nerds taking out the Kubb Widows. Kubb Stashes
beat Thors Kubb.
Yep, that's a big win right there. And then Kubb Stashes get on.
They're climbing off the mat.
Correct. So they are now
Thors Hammers.
8th seed. Squirrel Stashes, old line Kubb. All right, so stay tuned for a new feature we've got here. It'll be very quick. Oh, Sven, I don't know about you, but I am complete zen right now.
Oh, dude. I bet those submissions are just pouring in.
Absolutely. So 3rd round now, we've got the Kubb Widows versus Kubb Khan. Both teams 0-1-1 right now. Both teams trying to climb up the ladder a bit. And they are ready to go already. They are on it. They are at each other's throats and ready to go.
As we mentioned here, we got Kubb Widows are Bob's wife Lainey and Kyle's girlfriend Rebecca versus Kubb Khan, which are Greg and Maria Weekland, which they are Kyle's parents. So this is interesting. I know in talking to Greg last night that he really hasn't prepared for this one either, but he can get on a roll. I've seen him do it.
So this is a inter-family rivalry.
Yes.
So Sven, you are very familiar with the Kubb Widows and their game. Why don't you talk about the good parts of their game and and what they need to improve on?
Well,
let's start with the good parts. You tell me.
The good parts.
Well,
I haven't seen Rebecca drill that much. I know at East Coast it seemed like she was drilling fairly well in that thick grass. Look at Greg.
Greg starts 2-2.
I know Lainey is a pretty good all-around player. She's got all the shots. The book on Lainey is, though, you don't want to put pressure on her. If you put her under pressure, things can go a little haywire in a hurry with batons. But she can hit all the shots. She's got a good 8-meter game. She's got a good 4-meter game. She's just not quite used to this kind of the white hot light of the of tournament Kubb.
All right.
So we'll see how she sells it.
The national broadcast.
Yes.
Yep.
Look at that. She picked up the first one.
Oh,
see,
nice.
There she goes. She's maybe she's changing. This is an impressive turn.
Heating up.
Heating it up.
Oh,
That was,
whew, a little short.
yeah. Let's see what Rebecca could do. Now, Rebecca, it's a little hit or miss. Sometimes, you just got to get it on target. But every now and again, she'll do what's called a Rebecca throw. And
Yep.
it's like the baton sticks in her hand and it goes straight up in the air. It's a sight to behold, Drew. Let me tell you.
Hmm.
It's so amazing they actually do call it a Rebecca throw. Mainly in Ohio, but she's from Virginia. She lives down with Kyle. But the Weaklands are very familiar with the Rebecca, as they call it.
Nice.
Greg looking solid.
Yep.
He's
Single,
watching
single.
rock out this 8. I'm feeling it. Oh, so is
Oh,
he. He's
nice.
3 for 3, Drew.
They're in the red zone.
Yes, they are. Oh boy.
What a turn.
Are they going to 2-turn him? From it.
Whoa, what a
Look
turn.
at this. Look at this from Kubb Khan.
Game over.
Absolutely gorgeous match. 2-turned him.
Wow, that was impressive.
That was
very
absolutely
impressive.
beautiful.
Lacan. One coups for baton blasting for each, but 71%, 5 for 7. Kubb Khan ends on a 5 for 5 run from 8 meters. That is very impressive. Since that match ended quickly, we have time for some bonus coverage here in round 3. Looks like we're going to be visiting with Projectile Dysfunction again, coming off the loss in the last round to the Squirrel Staches. They are playing the Ice Kubbs right now, and they are baseline clear.
They are.
So if you remember, the Ice Kubbs from the East Coast Championship was the last time we saw them. That was their first tournament. They finished T5, lost to Great Lakes Kubb in the quarterfinals.
Yes.
So this is their second traveling tournament, I guess you'd say. But
the Projectile just give a line. They did.
Whew. This one could turn very quickly right now.
Good. So yeah, this is Jeremy is Joe Harbert's neighbor down in Northeast Maryland. So
JT lives in Delaware, I believe.
Yes, I do believe you are correct.
So Jeremy is doing the drilling. He was doing the drilling at the East Coast as well.
Mm-hmm. Of course, as we know, Projectile Dysfunction, Kevin Bachman, and everybody's cousin Dave.
Yep. Got a little bit of haze on the right side of the camera here.
Yeah. Well, Kevin's known to like hazy IPAs, so
is that it?
Yeah.
Maybe they're just on fire right now with
Kevin is fully supports the haze craze. So.
Oh, let's see.
We know that Kubb's not going anywhere.
No.
He made certain of that. And that one either.
It's playing them in the ground.
These guys are going to think these are nailed down. All right, you got to think if you're Ice Kubbs right now, you got to be looking to make a major move.
Oh, absolutely.
Knock off at least 2 or 3 of these base Kubbs. There's a nice. If I were Jeremy, I don't know if I'd be taking this shot. But he's feeling confident, and his partner here is this TJ?
JT.
JT.
JT, I think.
I'll look it up. It's TJ.
TJ.
We're dyslexic. We're dyslexic. You said JT.
JT. Yeah, so they picked up 1 baseline. I gotta believe they wanted to get at least 2 there. But
yeah. The good part is, from their perspective, Projectile has that 1 Kubb kind of hanging out there to the left. So
correct.
It's not like they left 2 that were close to each other. So that's going to take probably a baton for them to pick that one up. And look at Cuz spraying it all over the place.
Yeah, that was some wood on wood, which bit of a jump there.
Cuz is he's cutting both ways. He's got the goofy and the regular. He just got to control it. He's probably still warming up. This is the only round. Round 3, right?
Correct. Yeah, so while we're talking about that, this is our last round for this episode. Next week, we're going to have rounds 4 through 6, and by the end of next week's episode, we will have the championship bracket set. From there, the third episode will be a quarterfinal, fourth episode quarterfinal, fifth episode a semifinal, sixth semifinal, and 7 the finals. So we've got wall-to-wall coverage, baby. Saddle up for the next, I guess, 6 weeks after this week.
It's going to be Kubb's Day every day, every Tuesday from now until
it's not going to be Kubb's Day every day. It's going to be
just
Day
Tuesday.
once a week. Yeah,
just Tuesday. But every Tuesday from now until basically what, Halloween?
Oh, this is going to be a while.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, we'll have coverage of the blasters.
Yeah, I mean, you've been on every tournament in the East Coast so far, Drew. I mean, you were just crushing it. I don't know, blasters, we might have to pull one of your family members in.
Yeah.
Because Bob's going to that one.
Yeah, Bob's going to that one. I'm playing in that one. We might have to have,
Do you have any Swedish cousins?
Oh, Swedish cousins. I got them coming out of my ears.
Is there a Swedish name?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Exactly. I thought so.
Yeah. Oh, nice clear.
Look at these guys go. That was
clear.
gorgeous. Way to come back from the line and just slam the door right in their face.
Oh, and that ends it. So Projectile Dysfunction comes back nicely from the second round loss and picks up the win. EMR picks up a win. Kubb Nerds picks up a win. Kubb Stashes beat Thors Hammers on a two-game losing streak. They're going to have to come back in the second half. So here they've fallen to 9th. Top 8 make the championship bracket. So we have some functioning Kubbaholics. Not bad right there.
Yep.
So here's the standings as they are today after 3 rounds, and so next week we'll pick this up at this point with the 4th round. So all in all, pretty good start to things here. I think some of the teams had to get moving a little bit, but we'll see some more competitive Kubb here in the second half of the round robin. Give teams a chance to warm up a little bit. So I think that's all we have for this episode. So thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Tune in next week for rounds 4 through 6. Bazooka.
Bazooka.
Is that how they say it in Sweden?
That's exactly how they say it in Sweden.
Sweet. Bye.
See ya.